Hi there, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. I am going to load up Iron Sheik. Now let's see what we can do. Can you... Oh, that's not what I wanted to say. I can stick that back on. And I am going to... Right, so adjustments. This joint was really wobbly. So we're going to apply space tape. If I can find it. So that's probably, hopefully it's going to help with that. Hopefully that will help with that. And I am now going to use the fact that I have these experimental parts. And I'm going to hope that that's going to enable me to avoid what happened before with these boosters crashing into the fins. I may also, there may be some flying I can do that will help stop that. How are we doing for weight? We're still okay with weight. I had some thoughts of upgrading the launch pad so that I could take higher weight and I could just chuck more weight onto this rocket. But this is going to cost 40 grand, and I'd only have 50 grand left after, or slightly over, once I'd finished upgrading, so it's just sufficiently close that I don't want to do it. What's I going to move? Going to move that over a piece. Oh. Grabbing the decoupler is harder than it might be. I want that to be a bit more symmetrical. Yeah, all I can really do is hope that it won't smash. So this is going to be, this won't be pitch. And this won't be roll, because those are that tells you which way you're pointing. And I'm wondering whether, what I might also do is actually spin the rocket. I'm gonna, we'll see how this goes. I may also spin the rocket. So I'm hoping that first off, the normal radial decoupler has ejector force of 250. This has a slightly higher ejector force, and it's going to start further away. So I'm hoping that that will help clear these. I was wondering about getting more science, specifically making a space plane, well, not a space plane, just a plane. Getting my science plane and sending it over to the desert to get more science. But Separatrons are actually quite a ways into the tech tree, so I don't think I'd be able to do it. Separatrons would be ideal, because Separatrons actually shoot the things away. I possibly could have also tried to use parachutes. There are various options. One of the things I've changed the staging so that when the why did everything start wobbling? I'm beginning to think my struts weren't enough. Oh well. Well, actually, there's a thing. Is the wobbling happening at that, between that joint and that joint? Or is the wobbling happening at that joint? Should I really be doing my space tape from there to there? Anyway, so I've changed the staging so that that rocket will go off immediately as I do the separation. So that should. Well, maybe I should just put it in here. Anyway, throttle up to full. Turn on stability assist. Realize Jebediah's in the goddamn cockpit, where I don't want him. So in fact, we're going to recover the vessel. Start again. And have the game crash. Hi, this is... Well, no, you know who I am. This is after the crash, so there you go. I've made some adjustments. I don't think they've really worked. I've tried to do struts from here to here. That didn't work. There's kind of struts from there to there. That's still very wobbly looking. And I've removed Jeb. I've still got to put a flight computer on it, but never mind. SAS on full thrust. Let's go. I'm not sure if it's trying to work out if it's less wobbly than it was. It's heading slightly north, which I don't. Actually, that's actually slightly south, which I don't want. That's too far. That's too far. Quite a lot of wobble. I possibly should have gone straight up until these come off. But that, I got away with that, so sweet. Right, now. Hopefully I will not have the problem I had before of just suddenly not having any, well, having half of my fins gone. That should get rid of a bunch of my problems. And that's the case of just kind of trying to slide over. That's probably a bit too fast. Go to the nav view, bring up the nav ball. Ooh, that's a very steep ascent. Try and bring my plane down a little bit. My heading a bit more correct. Very much a steeper ascent than I like, but that's feeling better. Okay. Right, I think we might make it into orbit. If I haven't just jinxed it by saying we might make it into orbit. Fuel shouldn't be a problem. very flat. Well, it's not very flat actually. So I'm beginning to approach my apoapsis. So I'm going to go slightly more up, which I think should push my apoapsis away. Because I want it to be about a minute away. There we go. Because if my flight's too shallow, then I end up spending too much time in atmosphere and losing lots of delta V from that. Because you just spend too much time pushing through atmospheric soup. So let's flatten out a little bit more as we approach the minute. That's a bit too much probably. No, maybe not. And I'm going to get a really flat trajectory this time. Look at this point, looks like. And I'm just going to wait till I get like 75 or so. I've got a bit of a coast till orbit. Unless I don't feel like orbiting, which I might not need to bother with, because as the moon comes over the horizon, which is going to be soon, I could just, because the timing looks pretty good actually, could well just boost. Set that as target. Right. Okay. I think that's what we're going to do. Now I don't have an atmosphere to play with. Actually, orbiting, moving the craft. Well, I still have a bit of an atmosphere to play with. I think specifically now that I don't have the gimbaled rocket helping me too much, and I'm a bit wobbly. Oh, why didn't I put a flight computer on this thing? That would have helped. Because the estimated burn, I almost certainly don't have enough left in this tank to get me all the way there. So I'm not quite sure when I should start burning. I'll go at 20 seconds. I'm going to pretend I have enough, and then I'm just going to I'm just going to deploy that now. I'm going to move that into there. So I will go at full speed and then jettison all of this, and then that will be going at full speed. And I'm just going to have to hope that I'm going to have enough. I should get a Mooner encounter. And what more could you possibly want? So set that to stage only. Oh, that's interesting. I won't do that. I'll have to do it from this screen, looks like. Well, I'm getting more out of this stage than I thought I would, so that's not a bad thing. Again, wish I had a flight computer that's going to be a recurring refrain. Wow. We might actually be able to just do it on this stage alone. Which is going to leave my other stage all the fine manoeuvring at the other end, which is going to be sweet. Oh, come on, come on, come on. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Autosave reminding me that I should quick save at some point. I think I've overdone it, but I'm still getting my encounter. Right. We'll throttle down to goodbye. Other stage. You've been lovely. I wonder if that's probably, yeah, I think that's actually still on a no, that's going to be following along with this one the same. Okay, so fine, sweet, lovely. Got the capture there. So probably cannot auto warp so far. Let's focus the view here. Just going to see if... Oh, I'm still very wobbly. I'm not quite sure why I'm so wobbly. Okay, so I'm just going prograde. And I was going prograde very slowly, and just to see what that will do to my periapsis. And it's doing nice things to my periapsis, so I'm going to keep doing it. I think we're going to stop. Here. And then I'm going to start thinking about what I'm going to do at this end. So, can I auto warp to here? Warp here, so it's always interesting kind of trying to match up what's going on here with the fact that it's going to turn into, it's going to meet up somehow with that line there, and that's actually going to be... I did not like that. Oh. Okay. Right, so let's get this outer one. Interestingly, I'm not getting an ascending node and a descending node. So we will circularize more or less first. Oh, there we go. Okay. No, that's probably why, because we're just going whoosh. So I want to be more or less outside it exactly, so I'm always the exact amount round. And it may seem a little strange I'm doing it this way. And I'm trying to measure that up before I get into the plane change. But I've noticed that the plane change, if you look directly above, plane changes, you're right, so you got your orbit and you change the plane. It tends not to change where it looks from above. So you are obviously, as when you look that way, you're changing the distance, but it looks about the same. So I'm assuming that actually is true and not just my imagination. Again, I wish I had a flight computer because this thing may not know how long that burn's actually going to be. But never mind. So warp to next maneuver. I'm going to have to trust it and hope that this is more or less accurate. But we will see, I guess. So I want to go at about 13 seconds. That seems to be, looks like it's going to be about right for once, which is good. And then I'm going to have a plane change to do. Ah! I've suddenly realised someone's going the exact opposite direction. Wait, am I even... Because it's saying that my plane change is 169, which is clearly quite a lot. Okay, maybe I'm not going to do that one just now. Maybe I'm going to do that. Let's see which way this one's going. Where's my... okay, let's go for that one instead. Because that way, instead of having a... that is a slightly ridiculous. I'm going to have to do a whole flip. Or this is going to be a pain in the buttocks. Let's go get this one. I think that's going to be a lot easier. Right, okay. It's got a very eccentric orbit as well, which is not helping anybody. Right, so we're going to get rid of that. We are going to make a maneuver at the ascending node, or this is the descending node actually, until the descending node goes like that. You want it to be about 90 degrees. You use the waves, but that's quite hard to do. That'll do me. Good thing that there isn't a problem. Yes, you can see they're going different directions. Oh, how aggravating! I wish I'd realised it before. See, I could have changed and come this way, but it's going to be a pain. Ooh, point towards my maneuver node. That's probably a good idea. Go at about 10 seconds. And go at very low power. Okay, so 0.1 now, close. Right now, alright, let's do some angles. Oh, let's maybe not, can we? Can we? might be able to get an encounter pretty quickly. Oh, what? Ah, come on! How close is that? The 8 kilometers is quite a ways. Whoop. Seeing how close I can get. It looked a lot closer than the other one, but yeah, it wasn't. 1.4, 11.6. So fiddly. I wonder if this is. It might not be doable at this stage. I think I might want to go back and start doing it the sensible way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it the sensible way. It might be a bit slower, but it's more likely to succeed. So I'm going to add a maneuver here, bring the orbit in as close as I can. It's a very eccentric orbit. So can I fit it better? And ideally I want a constant difference between the two orbits, because that way I try and get it's all going to be about making a maneuver node that's taken from my orbit to their orbit, and then timing it such that when I do that, we meet up. So that looks about right. So that's what we're going to do. 19 seconds, so I want to go at about 9 seconds. Honestly, don't know what I'm going to do about that other one. My understanding is what I probably want to do is have a really long eccentric orbit. So, you know, I'm going quite slowly, and I do all my changes when I'm going quite slowly anyway. That might be the cheap way of doing it. But I may also have delta V to spare, because I actually have a fair amount of this shit. Ease in that last little bit. That'll do. Now, where actually are we? This is at Iron Sheep's there. Now, probably what I want to be is on the other, I want to be over here somewhere. I'm going to add the maneuver. That's going to take me in. And I'm just going to... Right, so I think I've probably lost the one that would do it easily this time around. I think it's going to be this one. Oh, you see? That's going to be quite close. 1.8 clicks. Shall we take that one? I think we shall. That's still 10. So we'll take that one. Oh, and then immediately lose it because it immediately loses the information. There we go. It loses the how much you've clicked ahead or behind. 0.8. We'll go for that one. Warp next maneuver. So that's going to be a couple of orbits before everything lines up. So I think this orbit, or is it going to be the next one? It's going to be this one. So let's go to about 10 seconds and low thrust. And let's go to the maneuver node now. Before I forget and I rocket off in some random direction. Do you know what's also? It's not 2005. 2015. Iron Sheep approach 1. And we're going to start now. It's all very delicate, this. Right, so I should be 1.2 kilometers. That's, well, that'll do. That will do. Now let's see. I can't, it's not going to, I don't think there's an immediate warp to close encounter. So I'll just do a warp to here. And that should do. I sort of target mode on the Babel. go to map view for this. Wait, what? Why was I was even closer than I thought it was. So I could have had a really close encounter. That's weird. Never mind. Oh, let's point at our targets. Point slightly beyond our targets. I want to go here-ish. Try and get the prograde nicely lined up. As much as I can. There seems to be a lot of wobble. This looks like I'm going to get at least one Kerbal worth. A lot of fuel left. So we just time accelerate a little bit. And go to retrograde, which probably should have done immediately. Oh, okay. I'm right. I'm gonna have trouble getting as any closer than that. So that's fine. Let's. Where are we? Where are we? Backspace. So I'm gonna set the iron target as sheep. Iron sheep as target. What? Right. That's EVA. Come on. Kenny? Kenny or Kemi? I'm not sure. Not very happy. Oh. Testicles. Can I set the target now? Oh, no, wait, there it is, there it is, there it is. So, RCS is enabled. Forwards, up a bit, and just immediately stop going up. Yes! Okay. Let's get down there. Alrighty. Oop. Board. Shush! So, rescue Kenny Kerbal from the orbit. Kenny is now part of the space program, and I got some Kerbal bucks for saving him. I don't get all of them until I get him all back. Get them both back. So yes, Kerbal 1 rescued. Now all I need to do is rescue the other one. So join me for that next time. Until then, like and subscribe if you've been enjoying these videos. Find Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenough.dice.com. We're also on Twitter and on Facebook. And until next time, reach for the stars.